Hello guys, so today I'm going to do another video in the rapid reading climb, so let's just get right into a game here. So we're playing with the black pieces, we'll see. So he played e4, we're going to play another caro kann here. When he goes e4, I play here. Usually when they go d4, then I'll play the old Benani that's there. So we got into the caro kann here, and I can actually just pre-move this move, but because no matter what they'll do, like if they go here or there, so I'm still going to do this. So I could have even just pre-moved that, but I was just trying to show that. So if he tries to take with the pawn, I'll just take back. If he goes here, then I'll block with my knight, and then not too much problems there. We'll see what he does. He could push back this bishop, and I could take the pawn here. That would be interesting. Okay, so this I'm really pretty familiar with. I bet he's going to go here and attack my king, give a check already, and then I'll just block with my knight. And I'll take back with the pawn if he decides to trade bishop for knight. So he didn't decide to trade that. There's a few things I could do here. I really want to develop my bishop, and then he might play there. Or I could develop it here. I think I'm going to develop it here, target this weak pawn. I don't need to do anything about this bishop right now, because I'm just going to move my king out soon, or my queen out soon. Probably do some damage with that. So now that I moved my bishop out, I'm going to be able to enclose the position with this pawn wall here and get my other bishop out, because if I would have done this before getting my bishop out, then it could have been blocked in here and it would have had to go there. So he goes out and attacks my bishop and knight. That was a pretty solid move. I could move back. It's a possibility. I think I might do that. That might be the safest option because he's planning on probably taking, or the other way around here and having this fork. So I think just moving my bishop back will be fine. This isn't a terrible position to have my bishop blocked in here. And just decides to trade all those pieces. So my goal was to trade this bishop anyways. This knight I kind of wanted to keep here, but overall I think this is a good position for me so far. So we're going to move this pawn up here, probably develop a little bit more, probably get my queen here to start these files. Which I think I'm going to do right now. We're going to try to target this pawn so that I can get my bishop here. This really isn't threatening anything. We're just going to get my knight out, develop like usual. I could also come here and go here and here, maybe have a battery here, or if I have a chance to take this pawn, I could also do that. So I don't really want to take this. It's kind of trapped here. This knight is on the rim, so it's dim. I think that's a saying. So we don't have to do anything about this knight. I would never trade this because this bishop is also very important for batteries here and here. So I'm thinking of just moving my bishop here so I can castle. I think that's going to be the play here. Here it's not really useful because he can move here and then reroute his knight, which could be really good for him. And here it'll be taken by the pawn. Here it's just not a good file, but here it's actually attacking a pawn that's near the king here to hopefully possibly get a battery here that's good. And then maybe I could bring my knight out. That could be a pretty successful attack, so I might actually try that because this pawn looks pretty defended right now. I could also go here and really have defense on that. Also a possibility is moving my rook here and having this file because this pawn is not under attack, but I will have to look at this pawn and make sure I don't lose that. And then after I castle, I'm planning on getting my rook to one of these three files here. Or I could even move my rook here and then have this rook come over here. So with this, I feel like this trade doesn't really do much here. This pawn I could have pushed here, which would be okay. I think here I'm just going to castle. I think that's the most simple thing. I could have contested with these 4 pawns here. And then if he takes, I take, and then takes, and then it leaves this file open, which could have been for my rook. But I think it's just pretty simple to castle. If he trades here, I'll still have this pawn wall here. He has kind of an isolated pawn here with 2 pawns here. I feel like my pawn structure is a lot better, even though I have this pawn over here. But this could be a runaway pawn, or a passed pawn, whatever you call it. So I could move my knight up to get a good aggressive position. I could move my rook here, but with this pawn wall, I probably would want to move my rook here or this rook here. This isn't free right now, but if he does develop his bishop over here, then I can't take it. I could double threaten it, which I think I'm gonna do actually. I'm gonna move this here, probably force him to move back here, and maybe try to get some aggressive stuff happening here. He's gonna play there. He's attacking this bishop. I could move here. This pawn is still defended. My queen isn't being under attack. So I think I'm just gonna move my rook here, defend this, and then I can also move it along here after I trade. I also may move my pawn up and push this knight away. I think he would come here, and then maybe I could attack it like that. That could also be really good. Also looking for my knight to come out. So there's a lot of options here. I think what I kind of want to do, this move won't do much. He might just like push it back. So I'm not planning on doing this move for a while unless I have something good here. So I think the plan's going to be maybe push his knight away. But so he attacks that. I could move here with my bishop, or I could fall back. I kind of like my queen in this position here, though. Like here, I feel like it wouldn't be as good because of this pawn wall here. And this pawn is pretty defended. So I think I'm just going to move my bishop here and maybe trade. We'll see what he does here. Which, if he doesn't trade, I don't know what he would do. I think he might go here. Okay, he's just going to trade. Yep. That's what I thought was going to happen. And then now I think this would be a more successful move. He's not giving up anything right now. I could come back here. So I go back here, and he's going to do that and maybe come back here. That seems pretty solid. This square, not the best. I guess if I go on this square and maybe create a battery here, that could be good. Yeah, I think it's between these two moves. I think wait, no. The knight's attacking here. Yeah, I think it's pretty clear that we're going to move here, and then trying to think. There's not a fork here now because of this too. Well, this wouldn't have been a fork anyways, and I'll just move this and push his knight away, but possibilities of where he's going to move. I think what he's trying to do is also a very good plan, is to try to think what they want. This guy probably wants to maybe get his rook out and try to do a kingside attack because this isn't very defended. I have both my rooks over here. It's going to be hard for him to do anything on the queen side if I have these two files, so I might want to do that. Here, I think I'm just going to move here. Seems pretty solid. I think the plan is go here and then maybe here because this is still defended. And this pawn, it's not like he has this file anyways. So I might just play here and then go here and try to take this knight. We'll see what he tries to do. This file is for the taking. I might want to move here. He might try to take that. So I'm actually just going to... I don't think I want to move my rook over here. I think I want this rook to take this file. So I think I'm going to move this. So he cannot push this pawn anymore because now I'll take his knight. So that's his first blunder of the game. This has been a lot of time without a blunder, especially at this level. And I might just like move my rook over here and try to really target these two pawns. Yes, I think it's going my way finally. So now I'm +3. I'm up a knight right now. So I think it's looking like it's in my favor here. I'm just going to keep taking these pawns and then hopefully not get back rank checkmated because this is pretty open right now. So he might try to go for this. Oh, he's just going to do that. We could go here maybe. It's a lot of moves. I think I'm just going to be safe. I'm +4. I don't need to go for anything too much. I can just trade the game away. Now it's almost impossible for him to get anything back ring checkmated unless he finds a way to get his king over here, which is pretty much impossible right now. I think I'm just going to take this pawn and maybe come over here and try to take this pawn, but he's probably going to defend it somehow. So he's going to try to take that. Okay. I could push here and then maybe trade this and then try to get a back rank. Because I guess I'm okay with losing this pawn. That's not too important. So let's try that. And here, if he trades, then I have an opportunity to back rank checkmate him, but he's probably just going to go here, my guess. Wait, oh, but if you got in there, then it would have been checkmate because I have both of these. But that's smart. Smart move by that. Push that. He's going to probably try to promote this, so I might want to get my king over there, actually. Like, get my pawn off of this file. Maybe we'll do that later. I'm probably just going to come over here and maybe move this. Guess I'll just do this. No way. Because of the check, you can... Uh-oh. This isn't looking too good now. He's gonna promote. That's definitely gonna happen. Dang, that was bad. I knew I shouldn't have moved my king over there because just having my rook here would have stopped it. So now we are tied in material right now. I do have a lot more pawns. I don't know who's winning in the position battle. I think I want to keep this pawn here. I think I'm gonna push this way. We'll go here. So these three squares are blocked off because of my king. This pawn's defended. I can also move here and push this. I think I'm winning right now, but it is really close because I have all these pawns that I can just slowly push with. I'll go here. So what's going to be hard is when my pawns get to like this position here because he has two pawns that will also defend it. So there might be some trading action here. We'll go here. And here, push this. He can't come down there because of my knight. I don't think I want to go here. We'll play here. If he goes here, then I'm going to have to figure that out. Huh. I guess I'll go here. Okay. I'm really trying to think here. I could reroute my knight, but I feel like my knight's in a pretty good position anyways. Possibility we could go here and then try to get a runaway pawn over here. That could definitely be a good option. Yeah, let's do that. Oh, but he's going to go here. Ah, that's a mistake. Now he's going to go there. Okay. This is pretty tricky. Go here. And then if takes here. He's going to take here. He's up 2 now. Oh my goodness. If I don't promote, I'm done. Dang, I might actually lose this game. Oh, I was so ahead until I tried to move my king over here. I don't know what I was doing. Because my knight would have, or my rook would have stopped it anyways on this. So. Dang, if I wouldn't have done that. I don't know why he moved back here. He did not have to do that. He could have come over here with that. Oh, we could go here. And here. Oh, what he could do is try to... No, that would be terrible, actually. No, that's the wrong move. I think I won. Yes! Oh, let's go. Oh my goodness, I'm so lucky that he traded that. I cannot believe he did that. Oh my goodness, I'm 1,100. That's almost as good as my main account. Anyways, that was a crazy game. Okay, let's do a quick analysis here. So we start with that. I do the caro, kann. This is pretty standard stuff. Nope, I haven't ever played against this, I don't think. So that was kind of interesting. I was trying to figure out how to play. I was wondering which square I would have wanted my bishop on, but I think if I would have moved here, he would have just pushed his pawn, and then I would be forced here anyways. So I just moved there. This was actually a pretty good move, but I just came back and defended this pretty well. Solid stuff here, castling, getting my queen out here to try to start these two files. It's a lot harder with this file when they're castled, because they already have 2 defenses on this, but before they're castled, Like, my queen would have been here right now, and my bishop. Like, when they're not castled, it's so much easier because this pawn only has one defender instead of two defenders. So, anyways, we just castle, develop. He takes, have a solid pawn wall. He has this isolated pawn, which I still wasn't able to take for a while. And then I move my queen back. This was good to get a battery here, and I also could have moved my rook here, which would also have been good. And then he blunders his knight, which was huge for me. I got the lead, which I should have converted, but if I wouldn't have moved my king over there, then that would have been good. So he just like take a bunch of pawns, and then he tries to promote, and I decide to get my king on this. Like, I don't know what I was doing here, because with this, he would have had to keep his rook over here, kept his rook over here, so I wouldn't have been able to take this pawn. And then over here, he just has 2 pawns. I have 4 pawns and a knight. Like, that's so easy to just get a queen over there. So I don't know why I brought my king over there. And then now I take his queen, and it's even material. And then, yeah, and then I just keep pushing my pawns, and he comes down here for some reason. I don't know why he did that. And I push here, and then I move my knight here, and I'm like, oh, he wouldn't do this, right? And then he takes my knight, and then it's just game over here because, and then I move my king here, and why I moved my king here is because it's defending these 3, and there's no way that his king can get over here in time to attack my pawn, so I just moved my king here, solidifying these 3 squares, and then my pawn can just promote here, and then a king and a queen, it's pretty easy to convert that. So, and then he just resigns. So that was a great game, showing that there are still definitely mistakes, but I should have capitalized on that a little better, and used my advantage on my king side a little more. But anyways, thank you so much for watching. I plan on continuing this series or doing more in Blitz or whatever, but thank you so much for watching. Please like and subscribe. Bye.